Project Moon fans, I have a massive announcement for you. You're eating good tonight. I know that fans of the Lobotomy Corporation series are hungry for content, that you guys always want more Project Moon to watch. So, you should go check out the channel that me and a few friends started called Roll to Play, where I'm GMing a fan-made Project Moon tabletop RPG for 3 of my friends that know nothing about this universe, which means I get to do all kinds of fun things to them that they'll never see coming. Join us as they adventure through the city as newly hired fixers in the back streets of W in our actual play podcast titled Stars of the City. I hope that you're all excited to watch as I am to keep playing it, and with that being said, let's get into the video. Limbus Company has been out for a couple months now, and we've now seen some new identities and the first couple events for the game. So real quick, let's revisit Limbus Company and see how it's changed. First, we've got a ton of new identities since I last wrote my review, and oh boy, the power creep is already beginning. Specifically, R-Corp Heathcliff, Chef Ryoshu, and They Who Grip. While these identities blow a lot of the others completely out of the water, I don't think they're completely unfair. If you don't have these, you can still beat any of the current challenges in the game with a bit of grinding. Case in point, Refraction Railway, which I only had one of these identities for and got it done pretty effectively, which we'll talk about in a bit. All that to say, I think the game is very playable without the best identities, and that's a very good thing. It keeps the game as fair as possible for free-to-play players, which is fantastic. And also, they're really fucking cool. God damn, the grippers are so cool. Great designs, animations, lore, and just generally looking super sick make these chase identities for me. It just helps that they're really good too. So overall, I like the identities, and I'm excited to see more. But let's move on to the events themselves, and find out how Project Moon has been keeping its players busy. Since its release, Limbus Company has gifted us with 2 big headline events, Refraction Railway and Hell's Chicken. No, I'm not saying that wrong, you'll understand in a bit. Let's begin with Refraction Railway. The Railway is a gauntlet of 13 battles, where you need to overcome each fight with 5 sinners, and if any of them die, you can't use them again. If they skip a battle, they'll be fully healed, so you need to be careful and plan what identities you should use to get lower turn counts, and which you need to rotate in to give your MVPs a rest. You're rewarded each time you clear one of the battles, and there's some really good stuff in here. Ego shard crates and extraction tickets galore. You can get these simply for beating each stage, no strings attached, meaning anyone can get the rewards no matter how bad their identities are, it just might take them longer. But the true reward is a banner, something you can display on your profile to show off. If you beat every stage, you get the basic banner. Beat all of them in under 120 total turns and you get a flashier one. But beat them all in under 120 total turns before halfway through the event's time period, and you get the best one. While some of these fights are just damage checks, the entire railway plays out more like a puzzle. Where should you sacrifice turns in order to gain some later? This finally culminates in the final boss of the railway, My Form Empties, which is a puzzle boss where you need to transfer stacks of a status effect to enemies in order to force the boss to kill them. The entire thing is super fun, and I loved this event. Reading guides online and discussions on the subreddit while trying to figure out how to beat this in the least turns possible was super rewarding, and doing research definitely helped. Refraction Railways are going to be a frequent event, with 2 more railways planned out for later this year, and I'm super excited to play more of them. I think that this is a great way to drive up player interaction, and seeing people one-shot bosses on the railway is always cool. The only complaint that I really have is that since the special banner is a timed reward, people who join later may not have a chance to get it at all, but I understand that's how live service games work with fear of missing out and all that. All in all, an A+ from me, and we better get a blubbering toad plush. I need that in my life. Next up, the more recent event, Hell's Chicken. Unlike Refraction Railway, this is a story event that takes place between Cantos 3 and the upcoming 4, and the levels will remain playable after the event has ended officially for everyone to experience the story. This is fantastic, because this might be my favorite story in the game besides Part 3 starring They Who Grip. The story involves the group and their collective single brain cell trying to resolve a distortion in District K, which caused chickens to begin attacking people. In order to undistort the restaurant owner, they try to make him some food that's just as good as he remembers. As expected of the Limbus crew by this point, this is not a simple fix. It involves hosting a competition between the Sinners, who create opposing teams backing either Gregor or Ryoshu. Honestly, this story is amazing. It's absolutely insane and ridiculous and makes no sense, but this is the first chapter where I think every sinner truly shines. The contest involves every sinner trying to help in some way, and we get to hear from literally everyone in the crew. Clashing personalities and constant quips make the crew feel more alive than ever before. Merso, who absolutely shines here, and yes, I know I horrifically mispronounced his name in the last video, but I'm not going to apologize for it, because that would mean that the French are correct, and we just can't have that. He has more lines in this mini-chapter than all the other chapters combined, and you know what he uses all those words on? He drops a fucking diss track on Yi Sang's shitty food. This man, who has been silent most of the game, comes out swinging and drops absolute bars that are filled with puns you can only understand in Korean. We also see my boy, Sinclair, actually stand up for himself, getting fed up with everyone's shit and walking out. Look at that character development from Kanto 3, it's already showing up. Yi Sang says some wacky shit about how he's going to eat a poisoned potato, the little gremlin makes chocolate-covered chicken, Ryoshu continues to smoke in the kitchen, and Ishmael lives in a constant state resembling a panic attack throughout the whole thing. Everyone gets to shine a little here, and that's amazing. Also, Hell's Chicken has the absolute best music in the game by a lot right now. This track goes so fucking hard. But let's talk about the event itself. During the event period, if you play the levels, you get plushies of this adorable little mascot called Bongi? Bonji? I am actually not sure how to pronounce that, or what it's a reference to. If anyone knows, put it in the comments. You guys did a great job of pointing out stuff in the last video. I'll just call them plushies for now, and you'll know who I'm talking about. You get plushies depending on how much Enkephalon you spend on the level, which is the name of the energy if you were unaware. At certain milestones, you get rewarded from the event page, and once again, there are quite a few bangers in here, a lot more Ego Shard crates and a decent amount of extraction tickets, with the highest prize being yet another event banner when you hit 6,000 plushies. This event is really cool, with great rewards and a better story. I had a lot of fun with it. For the first few hours. See, there's a problem with these events, mostly Hell's Chicken. As I mentioned earlier, Railway has a timed banner which sucked for anyone who started playing late, but that event wasn't really grindy in itself. You got rewards one time no matter how many times you ran it trying to get 120 turns. But Hell's Chicken is different. You're forced to grind for these rewards, and it takes a long time. Honestly, way too long. While I was lucky enough to have enough time to get the grind done, others were not, and were understandably upset at the high time commitment this event took. But Project Moon is not a bad company. In fact, they actively listened to the complaints of their community and tried to fix it. They extended both events significantly, giving people a ton more time to lower their turn number in Railway, and an additional 2 weeks to grind plushies for Hell's Chicken. While it doesn't fix the issue of being very grindy, I'm super happy that they at least extended the event, as many people in the community were sad that they wouldn't hit 6,000 plushies before the event ended since they were so busy. I'm glad to see Project Moon listen to the community, and it seems like they really care. I'll stand by my previous statement that at least so far, this game isn't a cash grab. There's a ton of love here, and the way Project Moon is trying to improve everyone's experience is absolutely proof of this. They recently reworked XP and dungeons as well, making it easier to level up characters and get resources. It's really good. I think Limbus Company remains one of the best gacha games on the market right now, and I still suggest you give it a try. I'll be continuing to give updates on the state of Limbus as we go on, though probably not as frequently, considering it's only been a month since my last video. Go check out Stars of the City if you guys want more Project Moon content from me, because I'm super excited to show you guys what we're doing in that game, and as always, I'll see you soon.